Hello, my name is Nick Beasley. I am the head of history at the Ilfracombe Academy, and I'm here to tell you about careers in the curriculum, what you can do with history qualifications. Got a lovely quote there from Sir Winston Churchill, and I really do believe that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So what can you do with a GCSE or an A-level in history going on to degree level? Well, clearly there are jobs with direct links to history, and I've listed these for you and you can read them yourself, but I mean they range from all sorts of specific jobs, from doing what I do as a secondary school teacher there at the bottom. But that's not all. You can be involved with museums as a curator or gallery exhibitions officer. You could be an education officer in a museum, reaching out to schools to get them to go to the museums, conservation officer, and who knew, you could be a historic buildings inspector, so you could go and inspect Westminster Abbey and so on to make sure that it's all tickety-boo. But there are also other jobs that you can do that are probably less obvious, and some good examples are being Prime Minister. I think that Churchill was a pretty successful Prime Minister, and he was a renowned historian. You could be Chancellor of the Exchequer, live at number 11 Downing Street, or you could just be a Member of Parliament. But also you could do a huge number of other jobs, from being a CEO of a large company through to being an officer in the armed forces, or a librarian, an archivist, but you could be an entrepreneur, and so on. So what do we do in the classroom? Well, we aim to broaden students' understanding and knowledge of history, and we do this by using source analysis and developing source analysis skills, so that people are prepared to look at sources of evidence and then use them to form an opinion. And this is useful in the preparation, formulation and execution of balanced and supported judgments. So if you get a job where you are writing a report, for instance, that skill of being able to consider several possible outcomes and come to a supported judgment as to what the best kind of widget is for your fizzy pop company, or whatever it is, you can write a really good report. And we also have links to the National Archives, and an archivist is doing a talk, for instance, to our Year 11 historians about studying history and researching and getting careers in history. Okay, what about outside the classroom? Well, we've had both students and staff visit Auschwitz-Birkenau, and we are organising trips to visit museums like the Imperial War Museum, Cabinet War Rooms, Houses of Parliament, and so on. So it's very exciting to study history in secondary school. But what can you do with it? Well, I chose somebody as an alumni, a previous teacher previous pupil, that I've taught, who's gone on to do something very varied and interesting, and quite away from some of the fields that I've already talked about. So this is Fran, and you can read there, you can freeze the video and read there what she said about what she did after studying history at GCSE, and she went on to do biology, maths and art, so a very varied spectrum of A-levels, and has gone on to work as a team leader in as a therapeutic radiographer. And so really, very impressive career path, and going on to do something really important in society. And you can read all about what she said there. So that's just one example of the kind of job that you could go on to do. So really, you can do anything with history qualifications, because it sets you up with a really good skill set. I hope that you've enjoyed the brief look at careers in history, and sorry for rambling a little bit, and if you have any questions, you're very welcome to get in touch with me. Thank you very much.